Hello star stuff people. So today I'm going to do something a little bit different for next week, and I have my notes here because something very interesting is happening on the sky this upcoming week, and I think it will be very interesting to talk about it. So this video is going to be for the week of January from the 8th to the 14th, and what I want to talk about is a very nice combination that is happening with where you have Mars conjuncting Jupiter in Scorpio, and at the same time you have Venus in Capricorn making a sextile to Jupiter and Mars at the same time. And I think this is a really good sort of like dynamic in the sky, because this means that any sort of relationships that may come together during this period are going to be very good relationships, and we're talking about the romantic side of things. I really wanted to talk about this because when I saw this I was really intrigued and taken by it, and I said, wow, so what does this mean? If we break it down, what could this possibly mean in the romantic arena to all the star stuff people in this tribe who watch the videos that I make? And so I decided to break it down a little bit. It's not going to be anything too sophisticated, but my point of view in my interpretation of what's happening in the sky during this week is the following. So we have Venus, and Venus is in the sign of Capricorn right now. And if we understand what Capricorn is all about, we know that Capricorn is like the conservative sign. We know that Capricorn is like the hardworking sign. Capricorn is also the serious sign. Well, there are other serious signs, but Capricorn takes the crown when it comes to seriousness, because Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, right? And so we have Venus with this Saturnian influence. And so on the other side of this aspect, we have Jupiter in Scorpio. And Scorpio, among other things, is also the sign of sexuality. It's also a sign of deep intimacy, like scarily deep intimacy. And Jupiter obviously magnifies everything, and Venus being also the planet of relationships and the way that we relate to others, and it's also regarded as a planet that represents the energy of love and romance and all of that good stuff. You have this very positive aspect between Jupiter magnifying sexuality in Scorpio, and let's not leave Mars behind. Mars is also, Mars has to do with physicality, with the stuff that our bodies, the heat that our bodies produce, right, with movement and taking action and actually doing things. And so that is also very, very related to sex. And so we have this really positive, it's a sextile between these three planets. And what do I see this unfolding as? Well, I feel that any people who gets into a romantic relationship during this period, it's going to be a very significant relationship, even if it's first done in jest or it's just playful, light. Capricorn likes commitment, and Capricorn likes being faithful, and Capricorn likes working hard for things and making things work. Capricorn is a no-nonsense type sign, so when you have relationships that come together under these periods, you could bet your bottom dollar that as they come together, at some point it'll be inevitable that the people coming together might feel some sort of responsibility towards each other. And so very long-lasting and long-term serious established relationships can come up out of this energy being on the air. So I thought, wow, that's a really nice aspect. That's something really nice happening on the sky. I want to talk about it before I forget, because I usually don't dwell too deeply into the astrology of things, because I want to concentrate more on the tarot and on the energy readings. But this was so special to me. Also, their sexual energy is going to be really high. There's going to be that sort of like bubbling under the surface tension among people who feel attracted to each other. The sexuality is going to be on point. There's going to be quite a lot of going on in that area, even if it's not spoken outwardly, even if people are not too outspoken about it. It's definitely going to be palpable for people who find each other attractive, because the energy it's very high at this point. It's coming up in the next few days. So what does this mean for all of you guys? Well, let's look at the cards. And I'm going to start with my air signs. I have my notes here just to make sure that I cover everything I want to say. And start with Aquarius. I think for Capricorns and Scorpio especially, this is going to be quite an interesting time. For Aries too, because Aries is ruled by Mars. Sagittarius, Taurus, you guys are probably going to be feeling this more intensely. Oh, look at you. Aquarius, the star is your card, so I'm not surprised that it shows up. It's definitely the reading for you. You know, it seems like you've been hopeful for something to materialize. Some sort of romantic relationships or some sort of connection that you have in mind. And this is definitely telling you that there are going to be some radical changes that might aid you into making these desires come true, if you are willing to put in the energy. Because the star is definitely a favorable card. It's the card of hopes and dreams, we know, but also it is like the shining beacon of light that guides your way. And so it shows up, it's telling you, yeah, this is the way it's going to go. Just follow the light and you're going to see the change that you want to see happen. So this also could mean that there might be another Aquarius person coming into your life. This could mean also that there might be a Scorpio person coming into your life. How fitting. And so there might be some intensity to a romantic relationship materializing. So maybe this week you might start getting the signs and the glimpse of what it will be like in the future for you, because this is coming in a very short future for those of you who are looking for this and who can relate to this reading. So definitely good for you and very positive reading. Whatever desires your heart is aching for, they're definitely coming. It's just a matter of expecting some changes to get you there. Okay. So Libra, we have Justice, which pretty much represents you, and we have the Knight of Pentacles, or the Knight of Triangles. And so Libra, there is definitely going to be a lot of reflection, a lot of things. The universe is going to be bringing back to you the stuff that you put out into the universe. There is this going to be sort of like this mirror being held up to you. And so if you are looking for romance, if you're looking for love, if you're looking for a deep connection, there is a possibility that someone will come into your life that is going to be very much like you. And so this could be a blessing, this could also be a curse. What this means is that people are going to treat you the way that you treat them, and they're also going to treat you the way you treat yourself. So if you are always on your own case, if you are very negative towards yourself, if you are always putting yourself down, be very careful with that. You're going to see that reflected on other people towards you. Also, it seems that the person that's coming your way is a pretty solid person. There's a person that is willing to give you what you want because they are very giving, and they like to demonstrate physically their love for somebody else. So in that aspect, you are going to be very fortunate. There is also a solidity. So whatever happens this week, whatever sort of connection you make this week with this significant other, is definitely going to be something that is going to promote a solidity within the relationship. Okay. Gemini. Gemini, you are starting something, some sort of new relationship with a Virgo, could be. Whatever it is, it's something. This person might be somebody that you already have in your life, or somebody that is soon becoming an acquaintance. But it's a mental equal. There is definitely a mental thing going on between the two of you, and you definitely click in that aspect. But you might feel that this person is just as aloof as you can be, and so having Jupiter, a sextile Venus, there is a chance that the negative traits will be amplified in the romantic arena just as well as the positive ones. So if you want to get closer to this person, you might be the one who might need to start becoming a little bit more vulnerable and allowing a little bit more closeness in order to make it work. Okay? All in all, this person is going to be good for you because it's going to be a very self-aware person, very grounded, and they're probably not going to be the type to be petty about things. They're probably not going to be the type to go around trying to hurt your feelings in order to get some reaction from you, which is definitely refreshing because you probably won't put up with stuff like that, and they probably won't put up with stuff like that either. So I see that something new is starting with you guys, but this is probably going to be something that starts first in the mind with the two of you. Okay? So Capricorn. Oh, you're definitely getting over some hurts from the past, maybe, or getting over some sort of relationship that didn't pan out for you, which is definitely the thing to do, because as you get over those hang-ups, you are definitely going to come across new situations that are going to be opening up for you. So we have this cycle of ending and beginning, and if you had hurt feelings, you're gonna have to get over that, because if you don't, you're probably going to be closing yourself off to this love opportunity that's coming into your life. And it's probably the sort of love that you have been wanting to have, this sort of relationship that really appeals to you, because Virgo is really Venus is really blessing you at this time. The energy that is emanating from that Capricornian sector on the sky is really going to bring you the stuff that you want. You just have to make sure that you are open to receiving it when it comes to you. And so having the Five of Cups here might be an indication that there might be some trouble areas in your heart that you might need to clean up, so that you have the space to let other things in. And there's definitely the possibility of a water sign coming into your life. And so watch out for that this week as well. Okay? Overall, Capricorn, you're going to have to open yourself up and not be cynical about love if you want this to materialize for you. And this also could apply to the people already in your life. Taurus, a lot of water, which means that you're going probably through a period of emotional high in your life. I do see that you have a lot of wishes, a lot of desires. There might be somebody that you've been thinking about, that you've been desiring, and that you're probably madly in love with, or there's somebody out there who is thinking about you, who is madly in love with you, who wants to be with you. And I tell you, you have to let go of past hang-ups as well. You have to let go of past hurts and just start anew. Give this person the benefit of the doubt. Don't go into a relationship thinking that this person is already going to hurt you. You're just going to be creating self-fulfilling prophecies if you have that type of mindset. There is definitely a good opportunity for you to get what you want. You're having wishes. If you're going out at night wishing upon a falling star, in as much as that might sound a little bit childish, you are definitely going to get your wish. But you have to be careful with what you wish for, because if you're wishing for something good to happen, but on the surface you are being cynical about it and thinking, oh yeah, it will never work, well, guess what? We have Jupiter that is going to be amplifying your love wishes, the conscious one and the subconscious ones as well, because this aspect between Venus and Jupiter, it's a very harmonious aspect between the two, but that doesn't mean that everything is going to be roses. So be careful with the sort of energy that you put out in the universe, okay? Good things, there's potential for a lot of good things, Taurus, but as well as amplifying the good things, there could also be an amplification of the bad things. So make sure that you really, really know what it is that you want, so that you can ask for it and receive it. Virgo. So you are definitely attracting someone that has a very strong mentality, and this person most likely is either a Cancer or an air sign, okay? And there could be a Gemini. There's a possibility that this person is a Gemini. Either way, it seems to me that you are in control of the situation when it comes to the matters of your heart. You have decided that you are going to take control. You have decided that you are going to be mature about the way you handle relationships. And this aspect in Virgo and Capricorn is definitely favoring you. It's definitely going to help you manifest that sort of energy in your life, in which you are in control of your relationships and you are not going to be taken for granted anymore. Now, you have to be careful, because you could be overbearing. You could become overbearing. So there is also, you have to leave room for relaxing and room for things to sort of like manifest themselves. You can't control everything in life. You could control your reactions to things, but you can never control the way that other people behave, right? So yes, control yourself, but also leave room for spontaneity. Well, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce that word, but leave room for things to happen on their own accord as well. You have to let the feel of the moment, as it were, to develop itself sometimes. This person also that might come into your life will be somebody that is very, very intelligent and very sharp-minded. So no playing games here. So keep that in mind. For the water signs and the fire signs, I'm going to put a second part to this video, because my camera can only record 20 minutes at a time. So Virgo, this is what I have for you, and I'm going to pick up for the other signs on the other side. Thanks for watching.